All right, thanks, Bill. We'll check back in with you for more updates throughout the afternoon news wrap, as well as some entertainment news coming up in hour number 2. I'm really not an expert, but someone who is an expert on your posture is Dr. Steve Weiniger, who says your posture impacts more than just your spine. It has a ripple effect on your entire life. Dr. Weiniger is a chiropractor, author, and posture expert, and he joins us now here in the afternoon news wrap. So, Dr. Weiniger, you say that posture impacts a person's mood. Explain what you mean by that.
Well, there's been a bunch of surveys. Backjoy did some surveys talking about people that have poor posture and know it are far more likely to be having bad mood. They are far more likely to be grouchy at other people. There's been some nice university studies that show that people's attitude about their life ties into their posture. On a first-person basis, there's a nice demo that we give to people. Try this. Be hunched over with your head jutting forward and try to think about something optimistic. And now try to stand taller with your head tall and level, looking straight ahead. And again, try to think about something optimistic. Most people find it's a lot easier when the body and the mind is in the same direction.
Never thought about that, but yeah, that does make a good bit of sense. Does texting in today's age, especially not only just texting, but just using a phone in general, you see people all the time, especially walking around a mall, an airport, wherever it may be, they constantly have their heads down looking at their phones, whether they're texting, surfing the web, Facebook, whatever it may be. What kind of an impact is that having on us as a society when it comes to our postures?
It's having a big impact, especially on the kids, because as much as people our age are on their phones, the kids are doing it way, way more. Baylor University just did a survey of their sophomores, and the females were spending 8 hours a day on their phones. The men were spending 8 hours a day. This is one reason why people that from chiropractors to therapists are seeing an increase in younger people, high school, even middle school, coming in with neck pain, back pain, headaches. And when you're training a young body, especially to be folded over, the muscles and bones are growing with that flex forward posture. And the more flex forward the posture is, the more the body has to work harder to do the simple thing of standing up straight. But the bigger issue from my point of view, because being a teenager is long in the past for me, I want to grow old and stay active. When you think about somebody that you know that's old and is the way that you want to be when you get to be old, how's their posture? Most people think of someone standing tall because studies show that when people's posture bends forward and degenerates more with age, they end up with other problems such as increased risk of falling, higher blood pressure, problems breathing, and literally increased the risk of dying sooner. One study found that people whose heads went forward more than other people's had a 1.4 times greater risk of dying.
Okay, so we know now that the posture impacting mood. We know that using cell phones, using computers, all these things are impacting our posture. So how is it corrected? How can folks out there easily go about correcting their posture over time? Maybe just a couple of tips for us.
Okay, first thing is becoming aware of what your posture truly looks like. And that means taking a posture picture. Just taking the camera on any cell phone. We have a free Posture Zone app that lets people measure where their head is compared to their torso, compared to their pelvis, compared to where they're standing. But just measuring and looking at it from the side. The front is less revealing. The side is a side of people that we don't usually look at. And seeing how well your head is stacked over your feet. And usually that's an initial point of awareness, because many people find that when they look at themselves from the side, they look like God, I'm old, when they thought that they were standing straight. Then doing things to change what you're doing, doing posture exercises, things like yoga, Pilates, strong posture exercises, and looking at your environment and seeing how you can change it, looking at your habits, holding up a cell phone, so instead of looking down at the phone, you're looking up. But part of that means keeping your shoulders down and your elbows in, so you're standing tall, rather than elbows winging out, head jutting forward. Having a desk that you can stand up at sometimes, or arranging your life so that you can stand up and take a break more easily. When you have to take a phone call, getting a headset and being able to stand up and walk around when you're on the phone instead of being sitting behind the desk.
Right.
Choosing habits that work with your body. Having a good mattress, a good pillow. If you sleep, you want to be sleeping on your side. Putting a pillow between your knees can help. Having a pillow that supports your neck so your head stays over your body makes a big difference, rather than sleeping on your back with your chin on your chest. A lot of people have problems breathing and with things like sleep apnea, and they're using a mask when you look at those people, they always have a very marked forward head posture, because when your head goes forward, that closes off your airway and you can't breathe as well.
Certainly makes
posture
sense.
affects everything in your body.
It really does, and the trickle-down effect with posture sounds like it's pretty impactful. Posture expert and chiropractor Dr. Steven Weiniger, our guest here in the afternoon news wrap. Dr. Weiniger, before we let you go, one more question. I know you mentioned there getting up and walking around to improve your posture. Does the footwear that somebody has, does that impact their posture in any way? Is there any correlation there?
Absolutely, because when you're standing on your feet. You want to have, number one, shoes that fit well. High heels, unfortunately, are not good for bodies because they throw the body forward. The reason why women wear a high heel is because high heels, by pitching your body forward, forces you to contract muscles to pull your body backwards, which makes the muscles of the buttocks and the back of the leg tighten, making it look more attractive, but it's still a number on the body. Bad idea. Having shoes that are comfortable. Many people find that having an insert put into the shoe and orthotic that a physician, like a podiatrist or a chiropractor, makes, if it's custom, or getting one off the shelf, they have them in the drugstores. Backjoy makes a nice one like that. There's a lot of different companies that make inserts to put into shoes. My suggestion in general is trying the off-the-shelf one before you go and have a custom made, because it's a heck of a lot more affordable.
Certainly great advice there. Well, he's definitely helped out thousands of doctors, therapists, trainers, and other health wellness professionals. He's also the author of Stand Taller, Live Longer. He's Dr. Steven Weiniger, and he's been our guest here in the afternoon news wrap. Well, Dr. Weiniger, we certainly appreciate it. Hopefully we'll catch up with you down the road. Thanks a bunch.
Russ, thanks for having me. Have a great day.
Interesting stuff there. You know, I've never really thought much about my posture, but I already feel myself, just while talking to Dr. Weiniger there, I felt myself trying to stand up as tall as I can and sitting here in the chair just trying to, arch my back a little bit, and already feel a little bit better just from that. And, if you're like me that sits down for a long time during the day, it is important to keep an eye on your posture. Don't let it get out of whack, because, as he said, it impacts a lot of different things, and even your outlook on life can be impacted by your posture. So pretty wild stuff there. Well, still to come here on the Tuesday edition of the Afternoon News Wrap on WDUN.